welcome back to the Long Dark. This is our all-important mission now. We're finally leaving Mystery Lake. This is going to be the first time that not literally the first time that I've left Mystery Lake, but this is going to be the first time that I've done it intentionally. Does that make sense? Yeah, so this is the first time when I haven't just kind of basically just not started in Mystery Lake and gone, oh, you know, that's a bit of a shame, and then died in short order. As you'll have seen if you watched Season 1. Please don't watch Season 1. It's terrible. So, we're going to do better this time. We are. So, I'm going to go over to the other part of the dam. We're going to leave Mystery Lake. This is going to be our break. This is going to be the end of, I'm going to call this the end of Season 2, I think. And so the next one, which we'll see, we're going to class as Season 3. It could come in handy. And now too heavy. Just wanna... Yeah, that's fine for me to have left. Okay. So I do have the potential to stay in Mystery Lake for a long time and still survive here for several weeks, as we discussed in the various different locations before. But we're not going to do that. No, we are going to forge forwards. At minus 28, we're going to forge forwards quickly. So we're a little bit low on food. I'm aware about the fact I just ran literally past the carcass. I think this is blocked off. I don't think I can leave Mystery Lake using this path, but I'll try it. Maybe I can. At the very least, I'm just going to get a break from this wind, which makes things feel a much more manageable minus 13 than a rather horrifying minus 28.
Weak.
What I could do is, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go all in. I haven't got the hugest pool of condition to rely on. So what I don't want to be doing is dying on several different methods. Raven Falls Railway Line. Ravine. Okay. I'm still going to try and use some of this shelter from this wind. This is my first time here. I'm a little concerned, therefore, about all kinds of animals, etc. Look at that beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Is it a sunrise? Or is it just... Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so we have a route down. That looks promising in terms of cattails, so we have a potential food source. And all that wood over there and the birches are a good source of tinder, which I don't think I need. What's this up here? Right. Before I start fanning around with that, let's stand somewhere nice and central. Oh yeah, look at that. That's just beautiful. Okay, I need to shut up and get rid of that text. You're ruining my screenshot, woman. Come on. Nice. So one of the beautiful things about the Long Dark is it does actually reward you. Oh, rabbits. They're nice and trapped here as well. These should be quite easy to kill. Okay, I've got an enclosed little area. Got a dead guy. Bunch of rabbits. Another hatchet, which I don't need. Energy condensed milk, that's great. Feathers from where it used to be windy enough for crows to be flying. Well, not windy, so windy that crows can fly off the top. This might lead to a cave. I'd kind of secretly hoped. I think I've actually got... Well, actually, I was going to stop and hunt these, but I don't think I need to. Basically. Definitely take a flare. It's worth knowing there's a tiny little place which rabbits like to hide in there. That's useful. I am going to get up here. This is going to be slightly risky for my condition. But I do want to...
Can you eat trees?
See this area. Okay, that's my way in. My major concern here is not fatigue or anything else. It's the fact that I don't know how far it is to my first area, which is something like shelter. I don't know whether this is at all built up in an area, or whether this whole thing is just one huge patch of wilderness with a railway line running through the middle of it, because I've never been here. So I'm going to try and make use of the windbreaks wherever possible to slow my rate of dying. I'm thankful that it does feel like the wind is dying down a little bit. Okay, that's useful straight away, so... Don't like sounds I don't recognise. I think that was just a tree creaking in the wind. But this is slightly promising already. Or it would have been if either of these doors had been open.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Gauntlets. Is this the end of the the end of the line? Is this the end of the line for being up here? That's broken metal as well. Cherry can. I will take the mountaineering rope. The fact that it's here kind of indicates to me that rather than being excessively cruel, the game is likely to be kind of giving me a hint that, you know what, it's going to be too wonky, isn't it? This would be a great place to have the fire because it's so well protected. Well, that's not happening. I'm going to move quickly on.
Ah, starving.
Oh, good, I'm hungry too. So, if you're going to have two things, one of them you want is either fatigue or starvation, because they kill you much slower than the alternatives, which are thirst and cold, if you like, exposure. That is definitely your fastest killer. I'm kind of stuck up here. This is the first challenge you get to, is you get to this point and it basically tells you, you know what, you're kind of stuck. I kind of want to slow myself down a bit and get a fire going, but I mean, this is just way too windy to support any kind of fire. Can't immediately see. It's got a hint that there might be a cave that way, but there's no guarantee of it. I'm gonna go this way. In real life, generally speaking, you want to follow rivers and ravines and that kind of stuff. Okay, now I can't run because I'm too weak. I get desperate relatively quickly. So in real life, you kind of want to go kind of downhill and long routes with rivers, because you know you're intending to get out, right? And settlements tend to be in rivers and not up in mountains, and generally speaking, being lower in altitude is warmer, and there's lots of kind of reasons why that's a generally good idea, if you like, or if you've got no other better indication of what to do. So if you can't see any settlements or anything else like that, obviously if you see a settlement, that should be what you're aiming for. If you can't see anything like that, you've really got no choice other than to just kind of go by best principles. And that kind of is follow things downhill. Oh, excellent, an arrow. It is too cold for me to stop and use that. This is where that mountain rope is coming in handy. So I will deploy the mountaineering rope.
Hey, my stomach is eating itself.
I'm going to eat this purely because of the fact that those calories are likely to give me enough energy to go down this hill. I'm too encumbered to climb. Right, I have to drop something. This is when it gets dodgy, because like I definitely don't want to drop anything to do with fire. Can drop some of this. That's only 22%, so that's going to go eventually anyway. Like 4 stims, what are you playing at? It's not much weight, but it's all weight. Right, let's get rid of that. Need to get rid of another 5 kilos. Right, well, let's dump that, and that, and that. And that. And that. That's a shame, because that's great stuff. I don't want to be dumping that. I don't really want to be ditching too many things either. I would absolute shed ton of these though, don't I? Right, let's drop my cans. Nearly there. Right, that's got bugger all fuel in it, that can go as well. Good. I should be light enough now. Because that's a long way down. In fact, I might stop off at... Do I want to stop off here? No, I'm fine. I think if I'm climbing up, this ledge here on the right is going to be really important. Because unless I'm in absolutely perfect condition if I need to get back out, then stopping for a rest on that ledge halfway up is probably going to be the only thing which keeps me going. Conditions looking very low now. Rifle cartridge, that's really good. Right, so I need to get in somewhere and warm. Right. Here's not exposed, feels like -6. Right, even if it's only going to be a short fire, it's still worth having the fire here at this point. So I just need to desperately stop my condition from going down, so I'm going to just put a couple of sticks on here and literally use this to warm up and maybe
Come on, little fire.
make a bit of water. But also, when I'm warming up here, if I put say half an hour worth on or something like that, I should be able to use the cartography down at this point. And that can kind of go on while I'm warming up, if you like. Let's put 40 minutes on. And I'll wrap a cup of coffee on there. I'm just going to survey the local area. Good. Okay. And that took around about 15 minutes. We'll take cloth. Take a water bottle. We'll take the shooting guide as well.
I'll take it.
I'm going to. I think what I'm going to use that for... Oh yeah, please. Let's just eat that straight away. There's another bandage. I could probably get away without that, but why risk it? I will drink that. That coffee's done two things. One is that's going to help keep me well, hydrated. The other thing it does do, if you have a proper cooked meal or a cooked drink, it gives you that little plus which you can see above my kind of warming up meter, if you like. Let's add a few more on, just to increase the heat output if nothing else. In fact, let's be a bit less cautious. Okay, I'll take that. I'm just going to pick up the can at this point. I think if we pass time twice, there we go, we can take that and the can. Got a little warming up thing which will not only did that speed up how fast we'll warm, it'll slow down how much we lose temperature now because we've got a hot drink inside of us, right? So we've got heat physically from the inside. I'm going to put a distress flare in here because I do want the gun for hunting. And the distress flares I can use, I mean, you know, it's not like I'm going to be signalling for rescue, is it? There's no other people in the game. So this is going to be good basically purely for getting rid of predators. Because the thing makes a huge amount of noise, a load of light, scares them off. There's another corpse coming up here. More rabbits. Well, this is a good sign. So the number of rabbits we're seeing is a good indication about... Yeah, we got loads of cattails as well. So that means that the chances of us being in a really terrifying situation where we've got no food, nothing to eat, etc. is all dying down now. I'm going to need to worry about the cold and shelter.
Much more.
But I'm not going to have to worry about most other things. I do like it. You can even see, like, you see your footprints and stuff knocking around, but you can even see the little rabbit ones. So if you're really attentive, you can find an awful lot about your surroundings in this game. Ah. Go away, rabbits. Cave. That's going to have two benefits. Oh, yes. And a big load of wood. Is that coal? Great. So we've got 2 coals, a load of wood, and a nice little place to bed down. Oh, you can actually use that as a bed. Only gives 2 degrees. That's interesting. So that's new. So you used to have, like, if you didn't have a bedroll, you were basically screwed. You couldn't sleep outside, and that was it. You were kind of stuffed, right? That's good. It's warm in here. So, like, if you started out on the hardest level, or something happened to your bedroll, it got torn up, or whatever, you lost it for whatever reason. Like, it was kind of game over unless you found physically a bed, or like a chair, or something else that it would let you sleep on. Can I use this to get out? We've got to be careful here. Okay, it doesn't want me to get out that way, which is fine. I'm a bit confused as to how I'm supposed to get out of this ravine. So we're approaching midday. That's south, because at midday the sun is south. We're in Alaska, which is the northern hemisphere. The sun will be over the equator, because that's where the sun lives. So the sun will be south at midday. So that way is north. Kind of want to go that way and underneath, but let's have a look around and see whether I just missed a way out of this little river ravine place. Good. Hypothermia risk is gone. I've been warm enough for long enough. We're just up here a little bit. Okay. Not getting up anywhere there, am I? Maybe there's a place down towards that. I felt like this was more promising. Oh. A can. Its story is not yet written. I think that's what this last one said as well. I know for a fact we'll be alright for at least another... Get cold down here as well. We'll be alright for at least the night down here. With basically no problems at all. I've gone in that one to explore that. There's nothing really up there, is there? No. Some more fuel. That's our ultimate way out. That's the dead guy we searched earlier. So I confess to being a little confused. That looked like my only way down from here. It didn't feel like... maybe that. Maybe that's the answer. It's actually up there and then across that tree gets me over to that side instead of down here in this little place here. Oh my god. Problem is all of my stuff is quite useful. Might need to swap my hatchet out with that person at the top there as well. Yeah, all of my stuff's quite useful. I don't think I'm going to be able to drop basically 10 kilos to get to the top there. I'm going to try climbing. I'm not confident that we'll get back up. Yeah, okay. So basically, I'm too tired, I haven't got enough food, blah 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 blah. So, let's sort our situation out. We're going to be staying down in this ravine for the night. We're not going to stay here, we're going to stay in the cave. Because it's much more sheltered. I think I got a rabbit on me still in terms of things that I can eat. So me going through our little bits of food to make sure that I didn't die, because you don't want your condition to creep too low on our journey over. Isn't too catastrophic. Because what you don't want to do is go to bed hungry when you got bugger all calories in you. It's just, you know, that's no fun, is it? So I picked up 24 rose hips over there and 2 reishi mushrooms here. Now that is medicine, if you like. But the other thing that it also is 200 calories, 100 each. I might need it. Got rabbits there. They're nice and easy to sort out. That's another 200 reishi things. The weather's so good here, actually. I think we can literally just cut this open. Let's go for that. Yeah, actually does it in half the time because it's frozen, which is good. Let's try 22 minutes of harvesting.
God, I've never been so hungry in my life.
Right, I'm still getting lighter. Why I want to do that? It's a 319 calorie cost. I don't mind burning an hour and 25 minutes, but I don't want a 319 calorie cost at this stage. That could be bad. Now, Ian, who quite often watches my videos because he's got nothing better to do with his life, helps me to... He took some stills of the successful rabbit kills I had and corrected my view beforehand of where I thought I was aiming when I was successfully aiming. And he very usefully sent me a screenshot, which is going, actually, it's a little bit lower than you think. It's kind of like a whole thumb's width away from the thumb, if you like. We'll get this back up. So I was putting it literally just above the thumb. Calm down. It turns out that actually, I think he's calmed down now. Turns out that actually it is just above the quick of the thumbnail, but around about a thumb width or two above that is the actual point of aim for something that kind of, it's difficult to kind of eyeball the distances, I guess, but what feels like a reasonable distance where you can throw a rock and hit a rabbit. Want of a better term, so about there. See, that was a lot closer than I did last time. Oh well, you get to live, bunny. I need another screenshot, Ian. Ian, if you want to take another screenshot and send it to me so that I've refined my aim even further, that would be really useful. Cheers. Let's get past this one. I'm about to be totally wiped out in terms of exhaustion. Despite my drinking of coffee. There you go. Yeah, that's about where I came from. So the cave is here somewhere, isn't it? It's quite clever tucking that cave right away on the right. Because it would be really easy to come down here and then think that this was just a death trap. because you kind of got to here and saw it was all blocked off and then went, oh, okay, I'm turning back, and actually just around the corner is salvation. So we'll pick up the 2 stones that two replacement stones for the ones that I threw earlier. Now, actually warm enough as it stands. Let's think a bit. Let's drop some of my fire making stuff right here. So I can drop the coal. I'm actually going to drop these for now. Okay. Just gonna. So that bed is still only a plus 2 degrees C, right? Whereas this bedroll here is plus 3.7. I think if it is properly fixed up the whole way, you can get a good 5 degrees C, I think, roughly, out of it. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm really thirsty, so let's drink some of the water we've got. Got loads of water. What's the temperature like? Still warm. -3 is just luxury, isn't it? Okay. Food wise, I'm just going to eat the cattail stalks. I'm going to eat all 6 then, which should give me 750 calories. Correct my maths below. Actually, you can correct my maths below, because that would actually be 900 calories, wouldn't it? So if you didn't correct my maths below, by the time that I've corrected myself, you know, get quicker. Wake up, my friend. Stay on target. Wilderness kitchen. Right, research is already completed on that one, so I want to use this one. Crack an hour out. Hopefully it won't get too dark. Yeah, got just enough light left maybe for 1 more hour of that.
I need to find a place to rest.
Right, now it's going to be about to be too dark. Oh, my thing's like still really warm. I'm tired, but not desperately so. Probably have a drink more water. I wonder whether actually now's a sensible time for me to harvest that rabbit before bed. Oh, 2 bloody rabbit. Oh yeah, the one I had earlier, wouldn't it? That's it. Quite happy to have the I'm gonna have to cook that pretty soon. It's starting to go mouldy. Like, it only gets a certain amount of, depending on your cooking skill, etc., it gets a certain amount of condition increase, and the lower this is, the more likely you are to get ill from it. So even cooked meat, if it starts going rancid, as you'd expect, will not be good for you. So can I get 9 hours out of this? Now, I should actually regain quite a lot of condition for having a proper nice little 9-hour sleep. Hopefully no big storm or something comes down. That was a bit foolhardy of me. Because if it had have got terrifically colder during the night, it doesn't normally, but if it had of,
Oh, I could eat a horse.
I'd be in trouble. Right, fantastic. So, I think tomorrow, quick fire this, how I'm gonna burn through my morning. So I'm gonna make a fire, sorry. Bit more water, bit of food, have breakfast, and then climb my way out and then explore that tree. And then I think once I get up to that tree line and over that, I think it's time for some more cartography. So fantastic, we're now out of Mystery Lake. This is going to be the beginning tomorrow of season 3 of Let's Learn the Long Dark.
I never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
Well, you never thought that I'd be looking after you then, did you, missus? See you at the next one.